Okay, so we're going to let, since we have a 0 equals zeros here, we're going to let z be t for any real number t. And now, to get y, I'm going to use this equation. Y plus 1/7 z is minus 8/7. So I can easily solve this for y. Y is negative 1/7 z minus 8/7. And substitute in what z is. I get y is minus 1/7 t minus 8/7 for any real number t. So I have z and y. I can now use the first equation to figure out what the x is. I've got x minus 3/2 y plus 1/2 z is 1. So I can easily solve this for x. X is 3/2 y minus 1/2 z plus 1. And now I substitute in what the y and z are. Y is minus 1/7 t minus 8/7, and z is t. And so when I simplify this, what am I going to get? Well, this gives me negative 3/14 t minus 1/2 t. So if I get a common denominator, 1/2 t is 7/14. So I have negative 3/14 minus 7/14 is negative 10/14, which is negative 5/7 t. When I multiply this through, the 2 goes into the 8 4 times. I get a negative 12/7 plus 1. That would be 5/7. So I get negative 12/7 plus 7/7 is minus 5/7. And that's what I get for x. Alright, so we get for our final answer for part A. The x was minus 5/7 t minus 5/7. The y was minus 1/7 t minus 8/7. And z was t, where t is any real number. So as soon as you pick a number for t, say t equals 0, I would get negative 5/7, negative 8/7, 0. I could let t equal 1. I'd get negative 10/7, negative 9/7, 1, etc. So for any real number t, you've got a matching answer. What's happening geometrically, for those that are interested, is that these planes are intersecting on a line, and we're parameterizing the line with the variable t. So if you persevere into analytic geometry and calculus 2, then you'll actually see this kind of thing show up then. As we mentioned before, this system is consistent because we did get answers, and it's dependent. We have infinitely many answers. All of the answers depend on our choice of t. So that'll do it for parts A and B. For part C, how do we check the answer algebraically? Well, if this really is the solution, then when I substitute in this first expression for x, the second expression for y, and the last expression for z, I should get all these equations to work out. So we'll just check these one at a time. So let's check the first one. Let's check 2x minus 3y plus z. Does in fact that equal 2? Alright, so we substitute these in. 2 times x minus 3 times y plus z. Does that in fact work out to be 2? Let's check this out. When I distribute the 2 through here, I get negative 10/7 t minus 10/7. When I distribute the negative 3 through here, I get plus 3/7 t plus 24/7, and then I've got t, and that has to work out to be 2. So let's check out what's happening on the t's. I have negative 10/7 t plus 3/7 t gives me negative 7/7 t, which is negative 1 t, and that's going to kill off that t. So all the t's drop out, which is good. And what am I left with? Negative 10/7 plus 24, that's 14/7, which sure enough is equal to 2. So that checks it in the first equation. 1 down, 2 to go. Alright, now we check it in the second equation. 3x minus y plus 2z equals negative 1. So 3 times the x minus the y plus the 2z does in fact that equal negative 1. Distribute the 3 through, I get negative 15/7 t minus 15/7. Distribute the negative 1 through, I get plus 1/7 t plus 8/7 plus 2t. That's supposed to somehow work out to negative 1. So looking at what's happening on the t front, I've got negative 15/7 t plus 1/7 t is negative 14/7 t, which is negative 2t. And there's the positive 2t there just waiting to kill it off. On the constant front, I get negative 15/7 t plus 8/7 t is negative 7/7. Excuse me, negative 15/7 plus 8/7 is negative 7/7. And sure enough, that's equal to negative 1. So that checks equation 2. One more to go. Okay, the last equation, 7x plus 5z is negative 5. Substitute in the x here. Substitute in the z. That whole thing's supposed to work out to negative 5. So we multiply the 7 through. I get negative 5t minus 5 plus 5t. Is that equal to negative 5? Well, looking at what happens with the t's, that cancels, and sure enough, negative 5 equals negative 5. So that'll do it for the check. So that'll do it for Checkpoint Quiz 8.1.